reclusive stranger.
Date January 1st. File tag HD-001, cheer, art incident, the silo neighbor. Location, somewhere in Illinois.
By noon, the cul-de-sac lay under a frozen hush. Children dragged plastic sleds across hard snow, their laughter bright against the stillness. At the end of the street stood the house no one touched, the silo curtains drawn, lights forever off. Behind those curtains, Sam watched through a sliver, mouthing children's names he'd memorized from mailboxes and morning buses.
Oh my! Look how the pot just sweetened. Tommy, Brielle, Marcus, Eden.
Mommy, there's a creepy man watching from the window.
On the sill, a bowl of winter fruit. He lifted a browning pear.
Partridge in a pear tree.
He whispered, smiling like a hymn with a missing verse. Every town harbors one room that stays locked, and justice gave its key to him.
Errands no one sees.
At 3:17 p.m., Sam slipped outside in a thrifted peacoat, tall and pale as a post, pulled loose from the earth. Parents barely noticed him. They were busy counting sparklers and shouting reminders about gloves. At the mail cluster, he slid a card into box 12. Midnight parade for the brave. Games, prizes. Meet the tall man. Across the street, a woman on her porch frowned, phone at her ear.
Yeah, weird vibe. I'll flag it. Detective Sanchez might want to know.
Her porch light flicked on. Sam vanished back into the silo like a rehearsal swallowed whole.
The final countdown.
Night dropped. Television screens glowed with New Year's countdowns. Fireworks stretched color across black sky. Kids traced flaming loops with sparklers.
3, 2, 1.
The neighborhood roared. Sam drifted among them. He knelt to a group of laughing children.
Special club. Costumes. Prizes. You can be president.
I'll be Obama.
A boy beamed. Sam nodded with knife warmth.
Of course.
Fireworks burst. Blindness. In each flash, his hand brushed wrists, counting, claiming.
The Wyans.
At sunrise, mothers found empty beds.
Tommy? Brielle?
Panic rippled like a siren.
Where are you, little buddy?
The scream came not from a parent, but something older. On Sam's lawn stood 12 children, kneeling, dressed in outdated suits and powdered faces. Waxwork presidents staged for a portrait no one requested. A tiny axe rested in a small hand. Toy medals clinked. Hope stands each morning. Grief never rises again.
Mommy. Wow, my friend's moving.
The house without a heart.
Police swarmed. Yellow tape cordoned off disbelief. Detective Cornelius Benson entered the silo. Rooms sterile. No photos, no food. The basement held hooks labeled with children's names. Shelves of masks, child-sized patent shoes, a note beside a pear stub written in precise block letters. We are our myths. S.
Chicago PD wants eyes on it.
An officer said.
Detective M. Sanchez requested updates.
Benson pocketed the note without comment.
The Vanishing Act
They found a shed at the river's edge. Inside, footprints, empty hangars, departure. A single Polaroid pinned to the wall. Detective Maya Sanchez at a podium. Caption, Protector. By dusk, the silo became a mausoleum. The town held its breath and dared no more parades. Some men salute flags. Some make children into them. And some slip between the years when the clock's teeth fail.
I miss the mummy.
Chapter 2, Arrow of None, The Romantic Getaway.
Explain to me again.
Sarah laughed, boots crunching pretty crusted snow.
How we win a thing we never entered.
James flashed a paper voucher stamped with 2 faint silhouettes of doves.
Lucky number 12. Radio station Valentine's Day giveaway. 2 turtle doves package.
The cabin squatted between pines like a secret. A path wound to a frozen lake, silver as a polished coin. Inside, the heat clicked awake and chased their breath to the rafters. They unpacked wine, strawberries, the dollar store candles James insisted were vibes. On the mantel alongside the cabin's guest log, someone had carved a heart with an arrow. The initials were burned black, E plus E. The second E had been scraped until the wood fuzzed white. Love is a lens. Sometimes it magnifies a face, sometimes the knife behind it. The first arrow. Dusk erased blue from the snow. Sarah tugged James onto the lakeside path.
Just 5 minutes. I want the last light.
A whisper cut the air. A shaft bit bark next to her cheek. She flinched and laughed at the same time, disbelief sloshing.
Hello?
James called. An arrow found his shoulder like it had always belonged there. He folded, eyes astonished, as if his own blood were a stage trick.
James!
Sarah pressed her scarf into red that kept happening. A figure stood between pines, still as an apology. A mask covered the face, white, smooth, featureless except for a cupid's bow mouth raised in a permanent, terrible smile. The bow creaked again.
Sarah, run!
James rasped.
Please, babe!
In fairy tales, arrows carry love. In the woods, they carry math, distance, wind, and how far a body can still run. The chase snow betrayed them, publishing every step. Sarah hooked James's good arm over her neck and hauled him toward the cabin. Another arrow struck the birch to their left, thumping like a judge's gavel.
Why?
She cried, moaning with effort. The masked man answered by not answering. He moved with the efficient economy of someone who had arranged the trees themselves. They reached the porch. Sarah stumbled him inside, shouldered the door, slid the deadbolt like a prayer. She jammed a chair beneath the knob because movies had taught her that mattered. James's breath came in short, high yelps.
Mask. Bow. Like some. Valentine freak.
Sarah's hands shook minutes into hours. She found a first aid kit with gauze that smelled of paper and mint, and wrapped him and kissed his hair and lied.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
We're okay. We're okay.
Love games. A soft thud against the door, then a voice, close and honeyed through wood.
Open.
It said, the smile audible.
Go away.
Sarah's voice cracked and came back in pieces.
Open.
The voice repeated.
Love is a door. Love is trust. Let me teach you what happens when trust is broken.
Silence, a scraping sound, like metal teeth being combed. James wheezed.
He's playing with us.
Sarah grabbed the kitchen knife.
I'll play back.
The back window exploded inward, showering the sink with diamonds of ice and glass. Cupid rolled through into the kitchen, stood and drew a bow in one smooth conversation. Sarah lunged. He stepped aside, let her momentum waste itself against the fridge, caught her by the wrist, and said softly,
Do you know what it means to be left, Sarah?
His breath smelled faintly of antiseptic and smoke.
Please,
She begged.
please don't.
The arrow for James's chest had been knocked since the day he said forever and didn't mean it. It found him cleanly. He made a small sound like a word cut off. The last candle. Sarah ran before grief could pin her. She smashed through the hallway into the bedroom, dragged the dresser across the door with a strength she didn't own yesterday. Cupid didn't hurry. He hummed a children's song as he tugged arrows from his quiver. Sarah climbed onto the bed, knife in both hands, blade trembling toward the window. The candle she'd lit earlier guttered on the nightstand.
Why us?
She asked the dark. From behind the door came the patient peal of wood screws being coaxed out.
Because love cheats. Because I learned the taste of acid.
The door yawned. Cupid slipped through the gap like a draft and set one arrow gently on the bedspread between them, its fletching stroked as if it were a pet.
Pick it up. Let's be fair.
She didn't. He sighed, almost disappointed.
I never miss.
The candle went out from the rush of his movement. The morning pressed its forehead to the windows. Snow had fallen again and smoothed the world into lies. Two shapes lay in the cabin. A man turned quiet. A woman turned away from the door as if to keep a secret. On the mantel, the guest log lay open to a fresh scrawl. Letters neat, emotionless. Eros is a mask. See, on the table beside it, a business card from a Chicago detective had been wedged months ago under the wobbly leg to steady it. The corner showed a name smudged by years of cleaning fluid. Detective M. Sanchez. Some killers hunt hearts, some collect the sound they make when they stop.